All right, so what we have going on today is installing the new Marrad LX2 seat on this 99 Miata. As you can see, got the stock seats in there right now. They're pretty worn out. Gonna get these swapped out to hopefully allow myself to fit below the roll bar. I'll get these seats unboxed in a second. It's supposed to put me about 2 inches lower with the padding in, but the padding on these seats, these new seats, is removable. So you can remove the bottom padding and then the back padding to sit even lower and give yourself more leg room. I am 6'1" tall. To give you a reference, I'll sit down in here for you. So right now, if I sit totally in the seat, now granted this seat does have a foamectomy, which means if you're not familiar with what a foamectomy is, the bottom seat cushion I cut completely off. So there's kind of like a little indent or pouch, I guess, whatever you want to call it, in the back of the seat. So I do sit a little bit lower in this anyway, but as you can see, I'm well above, minus the poofy hair, but we'll see how these other seats do. So here they are in all their glory. Let's see if camera focuses here. We're a little bit in the light. So they have a couple different options. Actually, a lot of different customization can be done with these seats. You can go with an all cloth option, which is a little bit cheaper, or you can go with an Alcantara insert with either simulated leather, which is what I got here, or real leather on the side bolstering and the headrests. So the color options for the inserts, there's tons of different options he has depending on the interior color of your car. So I went with black on black, as you can see. And then like I was saying, all of this padding is removable. So you can remove everything from the bottom and everything from the back. So if you need more headroom and leg room, you can do so by removing that for autocross and track days, so that your head is obviously below the roll bar. For the seat belts, really the only thing that you have to do is swap out the seat belt bracket onto the new seats, because they are attached to the old seats, like you can see there. So we're gonna go ahead and get these seats out, the new ones put in, see how they feel. It's just 4 bolts, 2 in the front, 2 in the rear for each seat, and hopefully we don't find anything questionable underneath. It actually comes with new bolts for the seats, because these are too high for the sliders on the new seats, which are very low profile. So we gave a low profile nut head that goes in each 4 bolt holes as well. Looks like there's some stuff in there.
Yeah, let's see what's in the map pocket.
See what's in these. This is the great thing about pulling old seats.
An old air filter piece or something?
So this is actually for the old stock floor mat on the driver's side. This is the foot pad that gave it extra cushion, or...
And why do you have it?
I didn't know it was back there.
Okay.
So there's number 1. We have a 2009 Road Atlas. That's pretty nice.
That's handy.
That comes in handy. I might keep that in the glove box. And then what else we got in here? A couple brackets. Actually, that's it. I'm not sure.
What fell on the ground there?
That would be. This is a parking pass for my cousin's bachelor party from the summer of 2019. Great time. Great time. I should frame that. All right, so we'll go ahead and get this first one out here. Oh yeah. One thing. Ouch.
Medic.
One thing that's pretty surprising actually. Those seats are not any lighter than these seats.
Do you think those seats would have hurt your head less than those seats if it hit you?
So one of the things that would allow those seats to be a little bit more safe in that situation is they're a fixed back seat. So these seats are your standard automobile seat. They move back and forth. These new seats, the adjustability on them, instead of going the seat back moving back and forth, the entire seat either moves back and forth. So you're gonna be sitting kind of at an angle with your feet up or more downward. I think it sits at 90 degrees regardless, but it can go backwards. So
A, that was a world-class segue, and B, your nose is bleeding.
Is it really? Oh shit. I was like, is my nose dripping that bad? So the remnants of the first seat is really not too bad. These must have been taken out recently and cleaned up under here. I have a nose plug because yes, I was having a bloody nose. Get those quite often. Looks kind of like rice.
Eat it.
I'm not eating it. Do it. The next thing, like I said, got to swap out the seatbelt bracket here, or just the seatbelt itself. I think there's a bracket on the other seat. There we go. All right, so that one's threaded. On these brackets, the seatbelt has this stiff metal, so it's not flexible to bend back and forth for one, and two, it's already threaded to where it goes on the current seat. So on the old seat, that's how it sits. On the new seats, the bracket for the seatbelt is just a hole. So the hole is not threaded, and you can't obviously use the same bolt to put it through there because it's too big, and it needs something to attach to on the other side, a nut. So I'm gonna have to email the guy about that, figure out what's going on. And I also thought that in the images that were shown that the seatbelt was able to fit through this hole in the side bolster, but this is inflexible, so obviously you can't do that because you'd be able to set it through there and then buckle yourself in that way. So right now, we rolling dirty. No seatbelts. One other piece that you have to install, comes in the package, is the slider bar. So in the end of each part of the slider bar here, so on each end, there is a small hole, and that hole goes over top. It's hard to get some lighting. Basically, there is a little notch that sticks out on the rail here, and you squeeze this kind of together, slide it down in there, and then release it, and both of those notches will hook into the holes. Kind of test fitting it right now, setting it down. Slide it all the way back. Oof. That is a little tougher to get into. Shit. Alright, so we're just loosely in here. The slider's all the way back. Think. Oof. Dude, that's snug. I still am a little tall though. Let's see. So this is me sitting all the way back, all the way down. Definitely lower than I was before. I think if my hair was patted down, I might be right even with it. And then the only thing is, I just have broad shoulders, so the bolstering up top is a little bit pushing me forward, but that's kind of how it was for any seat for me. So these are definitely really comfortable. And then if you remove the bottom padding completely, see what that is like. The bottom padding, there's a little divot in the bottom of the seat. Oh! I have to figure out a method to get in this thing now. Alright, so now we're as low as can go. I think I'm just right there, so I'm still just a little bit right below, or right even. I don't know, we'd have to get the stick out. But I can actually sit back a little bit farther too if I remove this back padding. So, one thing that I will note on just this driver's side seat specifically, on the rear right bracket here, it's bent. It's supposed to be bent down towards the bottom of the car so that it sits flush on this hump, kind of like this one is. But if you can see, this one, we bent it down a little bit, but it was actually upward versus this one, which is bent downward. So I was having some trouble getting this bolt in. If you put the rest of the bolts in, you're not going to be able to get that one in unless you mash this all the way down, which I may end up still having to do. But we're going to go ahead and give it a try to get the rest of them in. So you got to do the back first. I think that was just the fabrication error on the back part. It just needed to be bent down, otherwise it wouldn't be fine. So on the back here, you can see that these brackets are both facing downward. So these two should be okay.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the other seat was made wrong. But you made it work.
Yep.